Are you kidding me? No, no, no. Colleen isn't going to come back with a pregnancy to slither her way back into the hearts of YouTube. I think there are more people disgusted than are supportive of her at this point. And I think it would be self destructive beyond what she's already done to herself to do something like that. But she is unstable and anything's possible. There's been a lot of chatter on Reddit between content creators and now myself in the comments and with my own opinion about a possible Colleen Ballinger return. I think people are just I think there's like a range of thinking between it's inevitable to it's a possibility, or let's imagine if this is to happen, up to it's inevitable. I'm on probably the other, the side of imagine if she did, what would happen. And I think what would happen if she made a return that she's pregnant, you'll have her supporters who are willing to strip away their own self respect, their own money, their own effort, their own emotional resources, and put it behind someone who has an exponentially larger realm of wealth and power than they do. And if they will support her and be her warriors, and she doesn't give a shit about them. But I think you have a lot more people who are pretty sick and tired of these reprobates doing this crap to people and getting away with it. I mean, if you look in the greater world, what's going on, there is so much inequity now. People are struggling to pay their bills. Inflation is high. Um, People are tired. People are angry. Parts of the country, parts of the world are either underwater or burning down, and climate change is getting worse. And there's so many other things going on that their attention is focused on that. And these are people who need help. These are people who need that support. If Colleen Ballinger came back and said, "I'm back and I'm pregnant, you can't touch me," I would attempt to remind her, at least from my end in my own content creation, that there are parents who have gone to jail for years because they try to put their children in a better school, in a better district. But yeah, they falsified information to do that. But they didn't take that parent's struggle into heart. But we're expected to take Colleen's um, hypothetical pregnancy into account. We're supposed to feel sorry for her that she put herself in this position. Let's say if she were to come back, no. My heart and mind are on the people who are struggling to take care of their kids, who are criminalized for feeding their kids, who are criminalized for wanting to put their kids in a better school, but the parents can't afford to live in that district or that part of town to do it. We vilify those people, but we don't vilify these super rich motherfuckers out here doing this shit to people day in and day out. No, I don't give a shit. Even if Colleen Ballinger came back as, "Oh, I'm pregnant, starting a family channel," I'm going to keep speaking out against it. Because her victims didn't get justice at this point. It's not to say that nothing is happening. There could be something coming down in the pipeline, who knows? Because these kinds of things take a while to sort out, although Emily D. Baker, at least a few weeks ago, did not see any dockets or anything present to indicate that anything's been filed at this point, but that was weeks ago. So I think, we have to get our priorities straight. We have to get our priorities straight because there's real shit going on in the world. There's real inequity, real injustice. There's no reason to feel bad for Colleen. Now, I don't think that she's totally protected. I think, she might be living in a state of fear at this point. She might be struggling to manage things. But sometimes I wonder, is she really struggling, or she feels like she's going to get away with it? I think she's feeling that pressure. And I hope she does. But it's unlikely she's going to say anything to her victims that will make them feel better. She's not going to own up to it. She did not just be a loser to behave this way and overstep her boundaries. She shared pornography with a minor. She has been inappropriate toward minors for a long time in varying degrees. Some of it is criminal, some of it's not. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. But even if it's not criminal, adults like her should not be having relationships with other people's kids. There should be parents involved and not involved to manipulate the parents to get to the kids. And maybe Colleen was using the parents because the parents had the money. Because she knows the kids are going to want stuff. And they're going to go to their parents, and their parents are going to spend money. If parents would stop supporting this nitwit, it would be great. And start supporting their kids' well-being. Keep their kids away from this trash. Teach their kids there are people who really need help out there. That if they want to make a difference, do it by making the world more equitable. Because Colleen Ballinger has a lot of power and a lot of money. At this point, I don't know what's going to happen down the road because I don't think this is something she's going to recover from. I don't think she's going to come back now or in a year's time. It's I don't know. To me, it's absurd to even go down that path because this is so far gone. This is so far gone, and stuff is still unfolding. I mean, it's unbelievable the amount of stuff that's coming out. Of course, we have to separate what's sensationalized, what's fact, what's not fact, things like that. That's why proper investigations in this would be great. And this can be sorted out once and for all. But it can't. It takes a long time. I don't know if anything is being looked into, if anybody's getting opinions on things. I don't know. I'm hoping so. I'm hoping so. And believe me, Colleen isn't the first reprobate to do this kind of thing, and she's probably not going to be the last. But we've got to have safeguards in place to protect children. We've got to do a better job of teaching children the type of people that they support and making better choices about who their children are surrounded with. But sometimes some parents don't always have the right idea for their children anyway, because they'll continue to support someone bad if it's something in it for them. But for some of you who still support her, stop doing it. She doesn't care about you. She doesn't care if you exist. Your money, your time, your resources, listen, I can't tell you how to spend those things, but you can be investing in yourself, at least emotionally. You could be building yourself up. You could be using your hard-earned money to send yourself through school or to pay for an online class or to do something enriching. You don't need to give it to this twit. You don't need to do any of that anymore. Or for anybody for that matter who behaves the way she does. You have a right to take care of yourself, take care of your families, to build yourselves up, to invest in yourselves. That's the best way. If you want to help people, there are people in the real world that need help. Those struggling parents who are doing everything they can to do their best for their kids. You think Colleen's doing her best for her kids? No. I don't think so. I mean, I don't want to bring her kids into this. But I don't think but I've been outspoken about this as well. I don't think she is. But there are parents out there who are fighting for their kids to be protected against people like this, or parents who are trying to get their kids into better schools, trying to stop their kids being bullied and harassed by perverts online. Parents are struggling to put food on the table, and they have to do what they have to do to make sure their kids are fed, or the kids have medical care, or the kids get to school without being approached by fucking assholes on the street. So why is there this concentration on protecting Colleen? Colleen can't even protect herself against herself. Colleen needs the help of professionals. She doesn't need the help of vulnerable people. Can you imagine what the victims are going through? What they have to endure? How much they're spending on their therapy? How much they're spending on readjusting their lives to whatever normalcy that they can get to? But they're being harassed by some of you because you think that Colleen deserves more justice than they do. That's fucking insane. That is irresponsible and disgusting. Stop doing that. Help people. Help people who need it. If you want to help anybody, stop helping these people. Stop supporting these reprobates. Start putting your support up. Join a community kitchen. Organize a food giveaway. Start an animal food pantry to help the community. Be a part of your local political system. Join a committee to do something else. Because you are in no proximity to Colleen to get any kind of benefit from her. That escapism is nonsense. I mean, there's healthy escapism, but worshiping a predator isn't. It isn't normal. Enabling her isn't normal behavior. I don't know why people just can't fucking understand that. But going back to this whole pregnancy thing, I don't think Colleen's going to go that far. And I think that her situation is beyond repair. And if she does slither back in here, the internet is going to go full force against her. They're going to yeet her back out of YouTube again.